Hey amazing learners, welcome back to Thrive with Sushmita, where we help you build your English, your confidence and people skills. In today's video, I will talk about a very important topic, or you can say something that we all struggle with. What is it? It is about how to end a conversation politely, without sounding rude, without sounding awkward or maybe cold. Whether it is with some in person or in an email, I have got you covered. So let's begin. Have you ever found yourself thinking that how to end this conversation without sounding rude, or maybe how to end this email without sounding abrupt? Well, there is definitely a way. We call this exit. And how can you exit gracefully from a conversation? With kindness, with clarity and confidence. So let's see how you can do that. Divide it into two parts. So first, I will discuss with you how to handle such situations, or how to end a discussion or conversation. When you are meeting someone in person, how to politely end a conversation. What you can do is use a time cue. This is a very, very polite way. Now, what does it mean? It means that you are trying to talk about something which is cropped up, or which is happening, or which you are supposed to do. Now, if I use it in a sentence, see how wonderfully it will explain, right? I would love to keep talking, but I have to head out in a minute. See, which means that you're enjoying the discussions or the talk which is happening, but you're mentioning that in a minute you have to head out for some meeting or some work. So which shows that you really want to end this conversation here. One more example, let's discuss. This has been lovely. I have a meeting in few seconds. So you are appreciating the time that you've spent together, or the discussion you're happening, or the conversation that is happening between you and the listener, right? So you can say this, so you're appreciating the time, but also very, very subtly informing that you have a meeting to attend in some time, or you've got some work. So you would like to take the leave, or you would like to move, right? So this very, very politely ends a conversation without sounding awkward. Now, why does this work, right? This time cue method works because it shows that you value your time and theirs too. The second thing that you can do is offer a closing line. It's like a closing sentence. For example, I really enjoyed this conversation with you. I really enjoyed this conversation with you, which means that whatever conversation you had, you really enjoyed it, and probably it's time to move, right? It's time that we end this and do whatever other things that's lined up. You can also say, it was really nice talking to you. It was really nice talking to you. So see how beautifully it also appreciates the time that you spent, right, in a conversation, whether formal or not. Okay, so when you do this, make sure that you are smiling, you maintain that eye contact. Remember, body language matters. Now you're meeting somebody and you want to end the conversation, but you're like, oh, it was nice meeting you. Nobody will believe you that you actually enjoyed meeting them. So you have to have that smile and that eye contact and that body language, which actually expresses that you are actually happy to meet them. So this also works wonders because it makes them feel valued. Third thing that you can do is add a future note. Now listen, this is optional. Why? Suppose you met somebody, okay, or you meet somebody in a meeting or maybe at a party. You really like the person, whether it is in terms of friendship, or maybe in terms of some corporate work or official work, anything. But in this moment, at this moment, you want to end the conversation. So you can just add a future note. How can you do that? Let me put it in a sentence. Let's catch up again soon. Let's catch up again soon. So it shows that you would actually be interested to meet them in the future. Also, it shows that right now you really need to leave. You can also say, hope we get to chat more at the next event, right? Whenever you meet, whether it's a meeting or any kind of an exhibition or whatever, so you can always say that, hope we get to chat more at the next event. This leaves a warm impression and a sense of continuity, right? They will remember you, and probably next time when you meet them, you can start that conversation from there where you had left. Okay, so this, it gives a very, very warm feeling, and definitely that when you meet them, you are actually looking forward to see them in the next time or next event or anything else. The fourth one, for tricky or long conversations, what are the things that you can actually say? You can say, I don't want to keep you long, okay? Which shows that you've had a long discussion and you really don't want to keep them tied to you and keep on talking. So you just said that, I don't want to keep you too long. Or you can also say, I will let you mingle. I know there are others to talk to. So, you're giving that respect that, it was great talking to you, but I understand that you really need to talk and mingle with others as well. So this way you are sounding very thoughtful and not distant. This also shows that you're empathetic about, people who are around you. Listen, words are very, very important, and you really need to choose your words wisely to express yourself clearly. Okay, these will work wonders. So we saw and we learned how we can end up politely end a conversation when you are meeting someone in person. Now let's move on to second segment or the next segment, where we will talk about how to politely end emails. So for email conversations, like in the first scenario, if you're done with the topic, like you have whatever you wanted to discuss, you've already written. So when you're done with the topic, you can just say that, I believe that covers everything for now. I believe that covers everything for now. Thanks again for your input. Much appreciated. So see how beautifully you are sending that message. You are being grateful, you are being thankful, you are covering everything. You are also acknowledging the inputs that you have received from the people or from that person, right? So this way it shows such a dignified way to end an email. The second one is when you want to pause the chain, or when you want to continue the conversation. So you can just end this email by saying that, let's reconnect next week. Let's reconnect next week to revisit this. Let's reconnect next week to revisit this. Or these are corporate language that you can use. Okay, you can also say, let's circle back, or maybe I will circle back if anything or any changes are required. So in case there are any changes or alterations or anything of that sort, I'll circle back, which means I'll get back to you. I'll see it, I'll go through it, and then I'll circle back. Some formal endings, you can also say, looking forward to your thoughts on this. Like, whatever discussions you've had, you can say, looking forward for your thoughts on this. Or you can say, thank you once again for your time and consideration. Thank you once again for your time and consideration. These, work wonderfully when you want to end the email on a formal note, like whether it's sending it to your manager, your boss, or your project leader, or your team leader, anybody of that sort. So in that case, you're also thanking them for the time and whatever inputs they have given you. They've considered the application or anything that you have submitted. So in a very formal note, you're able to describe and convey your feeling with respect. Now, when you also want it to be friendly and but also want to have the dash of professionalism or professional touch. So in that case, you can end an email by saying, oh, hope you have a productive week. So you're ending this, you told or you wrote whatever you wanted to, and then you just mention, hope you have a productive week. You can also say, have a great day ahead. Right. You can also write, hope you have a great day ahead, or have a great day ahead. So this way you are wishing them well and very politely, very subtly ending the conversation. Remember, you have to keep your tone polite, very, very clear, and positive. You know what it does? It actually builds trust. Listen, humanity or humans or people that we meet, and they are all around us. What you choose to speak matters the most. How you convey will matter the most. So always remember to keep your tone positive, uplifting, and respectful. I will be meeting you in the next video with some great conversations and something more very, very interesting to learn. Till then, keep smiling and keep thriving with Sushmita. Thank you so much.